everybody, it's Min and I'm coming to you with one last swatching video. Well, not the last swatching video ever, but the last swatching video for the foreseeable, future until I get some shipments in. I have one thing that says it's supposed to be here Monday, but with the way the mail has been going, who the heck knows when it'll actually get here. These are all the inks that we have swatched in the last few videos, the ink flights, the random samples, and the bottled inks. I think you'll see the bottled inks before you see this random sample, and then this one will come last. So that's all the fun inks that we've had. I'm going to swatch these inks, and then, like I said, I have the Sailor 50 States, Delaware and Oregon coming from Pen Chalet. I don't know what's happening or when I'll get anything, so yeah, so there will be a few more ink videos coming, but really I haven't purchased a whole lot of anything, so we're just going to finish up what's in here. It's a lot of Van Dieman's inks. I think there's the rest of my Scribo inks, and yeah, I don't know what else is in here. Oh, it looks like there's another Montblanc. Oh, why did I don't even know why. Anyway, I ordered that too. Oh, there's a Colorverse. Yeah, so a few more inks. I think there's like 10 or 12. I think, if I remember correctly, there were 12 because I ended up evenly splitting the samples without realizing it. So hopefully I grabbed enough cards off my coloring. This is a piece of 52-gram Tomoe River paper that I will paint a little swatch on while I'm doing the card so we can see it at the end. And these are the coloring cards from, I think it's Skylab Press is actually the maker, but Well Appointed Desk. Designed by Well Appointed Desk, printed by Skylab Letterpress. It's the same company, I believe, or they're owned by the same people, husband and wife team, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so that's what I'm using for those. And then I have my various paintbrushes. And ooh, where'd my dip pen go? Aha! It's hiding under my coloring, under my big coloring. Okay, cool. And this is a Moonman Mini glass dip pen. Has a glass nib on it. Screw to post. I like that feature a lot because I don't have to worry about keeping track of the cap. Although this would be a good place to stick it in the middle here, probably, if it fit. Yeah, so let's get my little kitty cat so it can hold the vial. So we're going to start with Van Dieman's. This is one of the Seasons collections from Autumn, the Deciduous Beech. I was going to say Beast because I've been playing Bloodborne. This notebook is just a random notebook. It's an Erin Condren. This is the productivity layout in case anybody needs a notebook. Let me zoom out a little bit. Don't look at my mess. Yeah, so it's just, it has a line page here and like another line page with like some check boxes. I find it useful sometimes, but right now we're just using it for swatching purposes. So that's what that, that's what that is. Okay. And that is my little microphone leg. So anyway, cool. So let's get going. How's everybody doing? I feel like I asked that. I've only been doing this like, ooh, that's a pretty orange color. Oh, I should show you. Here, I'm going to show you. These are these are all the inks I've swatched in the last few swatching videos. That includes the ink flight. There's like so many cards here that I have to like organize and put away. Oh my gosh, it's such a mess. But I'm hoping like now that I've like I'm swatching the last of these inks, I can finally like clear up some of my area. Because I'd really love to do that. It's if I'm considering it messy and like kind of getting and these samples are all purchased from Van Ness, I think, except the Montblanc one that I ran across. Oops, Van Dieman's. This is the Autumn. Alright, Seasons there, so I know what that is. And this is, oops, make sure I spell it right. Deciduous Beech. Cool, so this looks like a fun shady orange. I'm wondering how it will compare to like Sailor Apricot or something like that. Seems like it's like, it does, or maybe like Apache Sunset. I don't really, I do have a sample of Apache Sunset. I just don't know if I have the ring right here. This brush might have still had too much water in it. So I'm going to paint another little layer. Although this is a really transparent ink, so maybe not. So we'll see what that does. Go ahead and paint a little bit on my Temaway River paper. Let me see if I can show you. I just do a little do. That is a very transparent color. So we'll see what it looks like as it dries and does its thing. As usual, I am doing this on my lunch break. It's a much later lunch break than usual because Fridays are always busy, but Fridays are like extra busy for me because sometimes I if my boss is taken off like she has today, then I cover some stuff for her, and so it's extra stuff, which I don't mind. I don't mind the extra stuff. It's stuff I like to do, so yeah. But yeah, my lunch break sometimes is non-existent or very short, but I'm making a point of taking it because I want to get these inks out of my way. So I'm actually going to move these to the cat tree behind me because the cats are sleeping in other places. Patches is in his room, and then Pearl is sleeping in the cat tree in the living room across the way. So that was our first ink, Deciduous Beech. Keep doing it. I have like cords everywhere, and they're like all like in my way. I had to take my computer to work, my laptop to work the other day when I went. When I hooked it back up, I didn't do a very good job, and so it's like all messed up, and it's just in the way, and it's not in my way for anything else, but it's in my way during these videos. So next up we have another Van Dieman seasoned ink. This is from Summer, and it's Wineglass Bay. It's a blue. Looks like it's going to be like one of those turquoisey blues. So, oh, I don't need a card because I have one. Okay. I think I'm just trying to like collect all the Van Dieman's ink colors. And it's a Lamy Pacific / turquoise sort of color, so, or like is it Monteverde Caribbean blue? Just one of those like turquoisey inks. I'm gonna write Summer. This is a very summery ink, and it's Wineglass Bay. Yeah. I will have to look up what Wineglass Bay is because that seems interesting because this color is not very wine-like, but yeah, maybe there's a story behind it. That's the thing I love about these inks. Also, I like the same thing about Birmingham inks. They have named the inks after like places or things that are like particular to their area, and so like if you choose to, I'm sure not everybody does, but if you choose to, you can like go learn things about the place where the ink is from. So a lot of these, because the ink company is based out of Tasmania, they name a lot of the things after their local area, and so you can learn things about another place, which is exciting. Sorry, my hand's kind of in the way. These colors are kind of, I would say, watery, and I don't know, I mean, this brush was pretty dry, so I think it's just like it's just a pretty, like, clear ink. Very pretty. Very pretty. Let's do a little Temaway River action. So is everybody ready for the holidays? I think I asked this in the last video, but I haven't posted the last video yet, so I don't think anybody's been able to answer me, so sorry about the duplicate question. It's been a day or two since then, though, so maybe you're more ready than you were a couple days ago. Yeah, that's actually very pretty, and I like the way these two look together. Oops. Okay, next up we have my random drawing. We have Van Dieman's, I'm not sure how to say, oops, I'm not even in the frame. Van Dieman's Freycinet Aquamarine. I know that Lauren Amanda calls this Awkward Marine. Again, it looks like another like blue turquoisey color. Is it Freycinet? I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Another thing I would need to look up. But yeah. I think this is one of Lauren Amanda's favorite colors, and I'll link her video. I know she did like an ink study sort of thing on that ink, or like a little ink review, so I'll link her video in the cards or below or both or something, wherever I remember to link it. Definitely in the description. I'm really bad about remembering to go back and do the cards because I can't add the cards until after everything's processed, and then I just forget about it. I usually have everything else set up to go and then forget about it, but sometimes I go in later, so I don't know if you're one that rewatches videos, but you'll see the cards in later probably, because usually, I don't usually rewatch my videos, but every once in a while I will. I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot I was going to do that. And then I'll go back and add it in. Okay, this ink actually sort of reminds me a little bit of Robert Oster Soda Pop Blue. Van Dieman's. Does it say what collection this is? No, not a Seasons anyway. Or at least it's not noted on here. Van Dieman's. I probably could have put that up there and it looks like an A, not a CI, but that's okay. I'll know what it is. Ooh, I got ink on my finger. Pen friend Yvonne said I should change my channel name to Amanda's Inky Fingers. Oh, I need this. It's not a bad idea. Ew, this brush didn't clean out very well. There we go. I did think about changing the channel name, but everything's tied to my Google, and I was kind of silly and didn't like create a whole new Google account. So if I change it, I think it changes my main Google account, and I have to figure out how to like, if there's a way for me to like move this over to another account without like screwing everything up. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But I did think about changing the channel name to something a little more fun. Not that my name is not fun, but yeah. I might still do it anyway, like I don't care. I just haven't taken the time to do that. But I'm off next week for a couple, or not next week, the week after for, you know, for holidays and stuff. So maybe that's a thing that I work on. I do want to make some videos. I have, I kind of want to talk about, I've had requests about, like what do I, oh, I forgot to do the thingy. Like what kind of things do I write, and I want to do like a little planner update and like where I am with all my notebooks that I use, and like a currently inked. I think I'm going to do a currently inked for like the new year. So these two are actually pretty close. They're different, but very similar. I think the Aquamarine has a little more saturation. You can kind of see that here on the paper towel. This brush likes to hold on to ink. Kind of a pain to clean out, especially blues. But I use blues on with this brush a lot, so. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. That's ink number 3. And I think I should cap that so I can put my next ink. Yeah. Oops. Next up we have Montblanc Swan Illusion, which is, ooh, I don't know, I got ink. I don't know, something happened there. Which is a pretty, like, light brownish color. This is a purchase at Anderson Pens. That is where I get a lot of my Montblanc inks. Oops. Put that in frame. I know that my dear friend Count Chocula really enjoys this ink, so that's exciting. It's definitely one of those paler inks that I say that I don't like, but then find myself gravitating towards. So, yeah, not bad. Like, yeah. This is definitely like a Creepy Nymphs color. Not a Manta color, but it is very pretty. It is very pretty. It's really pretty. It's just like a light wash of this pretty brown color. That's a very pretty ink. Like, I know it's not for everybody, but it looks like it kind of has a little pink under there a little bit. Like, it doesn't look pink, but it kind of, like, that's like sort of the undertone to me. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. I think in the right pen, oh, this would probably look really cool in my Falcon. For whatever reason, I don't know if that's influenced by certain people or not, but I do like Lady Rose. I do like some of these paler inks in that pen because they just show off the shading so well. I like that more than I thought I was going to. Again, it's not like a saturated, deep, dark, beautiful purple, but I don't know, there's something special about it. I wouldn't go get a whole bottle of it, but I will enjoy my sample. That's fascinating, I have to say. Okay, next up. Van Dieman's Wattle Yellow. I do have a favorite yellow, but I'm on because that's one that's going to be, I think is going to be hard to find eventually. I believe Golden Yellow was discontinued by Montblanc. I'm on the hunt for a yellow that I think will replace it, even though I already have a bottle of Ferris Wheel pressed buttered popcorn, and I really love it. Ooh, look at that. And I like the way that looks on there. And I love the way that is. I don't know why. I just feel like I need to have a yellow. I did that backwards, but it's okay. And I believe this is one of their original inks, so this is very bright. I do like my yellows to be a little more legible. This is like kind of a little too bright. I mean, you can read it, but it's very in your face. I like them to be a little more golden, I think, for my own personal, like, yellow ink readability. Yeah, and what is it? Buttered popcorn has shading, which also helps with that. It makes it a little more legible in my personal opinion, so that's kind of why I like it. If I like these, or if I have time, I will maybe do some comparisons of some of these, or we can do a big comparison video if there's anything that somebody is looking for. It's nice to do them like right during the video so I don't have to do it again, but I don't mind doing like extra ones in another video. This is a very yellowy yellow. Oh, I forgot to do my tone water paper. I think if you or one that uses ink for artwork or for coloring or something like that. This might be a good yellow to have. I like it wet on the Tomoe River paper. We'll see how it dries. Look at that. That's so interesting. So interesting. Oh my gosh, I love ink. I love ink. Have I ever mentioned that before? That I just like love ink. In case you didn't it wasn't apparent in visiting my channel that I love ink. I just love swatching ink is like one of my favorite things. Which is why there's so many videos, because I think half of my hobby is just buying ink samples. Like half the fun of this hobby. Like I love using my pens, but I really love trying out ink. I'm not to the point where I'm like studying it in the capacity that like Chris is or something. Although I appreciate that and I love that she does that. It's just not, I just love the sampling process. I think is really what I get out of ink. I love trying them out and seeing what they look like, and then I'm like happy. And if I get an ink and a pen, like it's a bonus. This is one of the shimmer inks from Van Diemen's. This is for the Hollywood series. I don't think all of the Hollywood series inks are shimmery, but a lot of them are. And actually, I really like the Van Diemen's shimmer inks. It seems like the shimmer's really consistent. This is Ruby Slippers, which Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite movies. Ever since I was a child, I've loved Wizard of Oz. I dressed as Dorothy. We had Wizard of Oz Day. I remember it when I was in kindergarten, and I dressed as Dorothy. I mean, most of the girls dressed as Dorothy, but it was an easier. I would have probably liked to be the Wicked Witch, but it was an easier costume for us to pull off, from home. But it was kind of we do what we had to do, and I remember I had a dress. That was that would work, like a little sundress. I think it was like a little checkered sundress, and we braided my hair in the half braid pony, like pigtails. And I had these brown shoes. They were like loafers, but they were, okay, again, it was kindergarten, but they had like a strap of elastic. They weren't Mary Jane's, but it was like just to like keep them on your feet, I guess, a little bit. Or maybe they were Mary Jane. No, they weren't. Oh, this red is really pretty. I don't know what this base color red is, but it's very pretty. Yes, I like that a whole lot. Yeah, so we had these brown shoes, and it was these brown shoes that were like on their last legs, and I needed to get new ones anyway, or I think we'd already replaced them. So my mom bought this glue or some sort of adhesive, and we glued glitter to them. So I had ruby slippers. And we had my mom had a little wicker picnic basket, and I borrowed, my sister had a little stuffed dog. She was 1 year old maybe. Or 1.5. She was really young. She had a little stuffed animal dog, and so I borrowed that for the day and took it to school, and it was very cute. I used to have a picture of it, but I had a Dropbox and it got compromised and I lost everything. I don't know, somebody somewhere might have some, but I don't have it easily able to show off, or I would. But it was really cute. This is kind of a pinky red. Reminds me a little of a little bit, not necessarily quite like that, but a little bit of maybe Star Ruby from Pelican Edelstein. And I'm going to kind of layer this on. The thing I love about shimmer from Van Diemen's is the shimmer is really fine. I don't think I've gotten it in a pen yet, but just in the swatching process, the shimmer seems to be really fine. And it's consistent when you shake it up. It's consistent in the vial. It seems like it's really consistent in the swatch cards. I need to get one in a pen sooner rather than later. Oops, did I? Oh, I did get that in there. Did I? It doesn't look like I messed it up. Maybe it's stuck to the thing a little bit. But yeah, it's really I love that shade of red. It seems like it's really consistent, at least in the swatching process. And there's tons of shimmer. I would probably, I know that Chris loves Hollywood, or Diamonds Are a Girl's BFF, which is the pink and it has silver shimmer. This is red and has silver shimmer. I believe it's silver. It's still dry. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see it in the in the letters. The thing I like about this, it reminds me of those gel pens where it's like there's like a background color and then it's just like shimmer. It's like just like glitter on top. It's really pretty. It reminds me of those a lot. Yeah. I think there might be a couple more in here too. But yeah, that red is really pretty. Next up, we have another Van Diemen's Seasons color. I need to go through and like cross-reference all the Van Diemen's inks I have and see if I have them all. I know that I don't. I know I need most of the quote unquote need. Sorry, I'm having the hiccups. The Hollywood series, I don't have most of those. I think I had a few of those in my cart and then took them out when I ordered these. Is this summer? Yes. Summer. Tassie Salmon. I wonder if Tassie like stands for like Tasmania. It's like a short little like nicknamey thing. I just thought of that. I've never like really thought about what that would stand for, but maybe. I don't know. Somebody in the comments can like chime in if you know. And if you don't, that's fine. It's not a big deal. That's what the internet is for. That's what the Google is for looking up things that you don't know. I really wish more people like use that, because so many people like ask questions that they could just like Google the answers for. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let's see here. Tassie Salmon. I have a feeling this is going to be another one of those like, I'm gonna say watery. It's not really the word. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. Salmon's a good color. It's kind of corally a little bit. It is definitely like watery. It's pretty though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is number 7. Okay. Just making sure I got all the ones on the Tomoe River paper. I'm gonna redip a little bit just to make sure that it's a nice swatch on the paper. We'll be able to compare it to the first one we did, the Deciduous Beech, because they're on the neck. They're on the same row. That's very pretty. It's very light, but very pretty. Oh, it seems like it's definitely more like red. That's a very pretty color. I have no idea what I would use this for, but it would be a pretty color. I'm trying to think of what pen I could put this in and like get the best bang for my buck out of it, or to show it off the best. That's a really pretty color. I like that a whole lot more than I thought I would. Okay, next up we have Elizabeth's Violet Eyes. I know that I have used this one before. I have a little bit left of the sample that pen friend Melissa sent me, but I wanted to give it another shot, and I want to make sure that I have enough to like give it a fair shot, because when I had it in a pen, it was really dry, and I don't know if that is this particular ink, or if it was just the pen and nib, and I still have not put it in a pen yet. This is a Hollywood that isn't shimmer. Very pretty. I do like this purple, so I really hope, I mean, not that I need another purple, But I hope that I like it more than I liked it the first time I tried it. Ooh, ink on the fingers. It's because I must dip it too far or something. Somehow I get ink on the barrel. Or on the section, I mean. And don't notice it until I move my finger. Okay. I dipped this brush too far. It's a darker purple, but it's really nice. I really, really think this purple is very pretty. Seems like it's just a classic purple. It's very, I really like this one a lot. So yeah, so I can't wait to get this into another pen. Maybe one of my Twisbees. Ooh, one of my purple Twisbees. To give it a fair shot. Like a pen that I know, like the pen that I had it in is not a pen that I've used in a while. And I don't recall it being a dry writing pen, but the experience I had was not very pleasant. So, but the experience I've had with every other Van Diemen's ink has been amazing. So that's the only one, and that's why I think it might be. I mean, it might not be, but that's my thought on that. Because I've loved every other Van Diemen's ink that I have used, and that's the only one that I've really not taken to right away. And yeah, so I just want to give it another shot because I think it deserves it. Next up, we have Van Diemen's Wilderness Huon Pine, maybe. I can't tell like what kind of green it is, if it's going to be like a yellowy green. I mean, that's what the label looks like, but so it looks like on the pen. Very pretty. I like how it sticks to the nib. Oops. I think I said one of them the other day kind of reminded me of Montblanc Irish Green, but this one actually seems like it's darker. It seems like it's a little darker. I think that this might be a closer match. Well, it might not be exactly, it seems, although now that it's drying a little bit, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell right now, but that's what it looks like. I hope you're enjoying the glow from my monitor over there. It's not dark, but just the way the light is right now, that's what it looks like. And that's pretty. Oh, maybe that is a little more closer to Irish Green than I thought. Irish Green by Montblanc Irish Green is my favorite green. Like true green. Like that. Pretty. I think we have, how many more do we have? 3 more. Awesome, I can get rid of this box. Yay! Ooh, I'm gonna save that one for last, I think. Okay, yeah, we have another Scribo ink, we have a Colorverse ink, and we have one more Van Diemen's ink. And the Van Diemen's ink is the weirdest, so I'm gonna save that one for the last. That's pretty. Not quite as rich as Irish Green, I don't think, especially now that it's dried on the card. That may be different on the Tomoe River paper, or now that it's drying, but very pretty. It seems kind of flat on the card, but I have noticed that some of these Van Diemen's inks look flat on the card and then look amazing in a pen. So keep that in mind. Next up we have, I'm going to do Rosso Melograno. I have no idea what that translates into. That's the color name from Scribo. Pretty red though. I'm like obsessed with reds lately. In case you have not noticed. It looks really nice on this pen. Van Dieman's. Oop, Van S pens. Melograno. Pretty. That's really pretty. That's very pretty. It's a cool red, which are my favorite sorts of reds. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. This is a great red. I am a big fan of that one. I like cooler reds, and this is a cooler red, and it's very pretty. Next up, I have Colorverse Black Hole. I can't remember who talked about this one, or somebody swatched it or something. I don't remember. Somebody was talking about it or swatched it in a video or something like that, and I was like, well, that looks weird. But yeah, I just thought that I would want to try it. It's one that I've has been on my radar, and I just haven't gotten it or done anything with it yet. So until today. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to do fun things, but I'm not sure. It's very black, which I enjoy. I like my blacks to be black. Although it seems like it's got sort of purple in it. Maybe? There's some purple behind it, I think. Did I? Yes, I did. Let's see it on the label for paper. I have a couple different blocks on this page, so maybe we can see how they compare a little bit. I think it's supposed to have a sheeny sort of thing going on. Unless I have that mixed up with Sunspot. I don't know. It's very pretty. It's definitely doing some sheeny stuff. Well, you can't see, this is still wet, but in the wording. Interesting. Interesting. And last but not least, I have probably the weirdest ink that I have in this set. I'm just gonna do it here. I have Van Dieman's, one of their shimmer inks. It's one of their Midnight series, and it's called Howl at the Moon, and it's this weird, yellowy color with, I'm not sure if it's gold shimmer or silver shimmer. I first saw this on Instagram. Somebody had, did it 30 inks, 30 days with it, I think, a long time ago. This is Van Dieman's. For the Midnight series, and this is Howl at the Moon. Okay, let me shake this up just to make sure that we get even distribution, because it seems like the shimmer does settle pretty fast. Again, this is another Van Dieman's shimmer ink. Look at that. Look at that. That is bonkers. It's like, I don't know if it's like yellow or chartreuse or like golden. It's crazy bananas. Okay, so I'm going to close this ink sample and then I'm going to set these aside and let them dry, and I will come back in a few minutes and show you the completed dried cards. You can already kind of see there's like a wash of silver or gold. I don't know, I can't tell. Maybe it's gold. But it looks like it's silver, so I don't know. We'll see better once it dries. Let's see. What does it look like here? Okay, it's silver on this paper, so... Or like maybe champagne colored? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to let these dry, and I will come back in just a few minutes. And we're back to go over our inks and see our dried swatches. So, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. So first up, we have our Van Dieman's Deciduous Beech. Seems like Sailor Gentle Apricot is definitely more saturated, probably. The swatch is kind of weird because of the way that I used to do them, but yeah. Oh, I love this ink so much. But yeah, very nice. It's a really nice orangey color. Okay, next up, after that we did, where is it? Wineglass Bay, which is a really pretty, like, cyan sort of color. Really pretty. It looks really nice next to Deciduous Beech, I think. Actually, I think it looks really good with this one, too. It also kind of looks good with this one. If that's, like, a color scheme that you like. I love brown and turquoise, or brown and teal. Next up we had the Freycinet Aquamarine, which is another lovely, like, one of those tealy sort of blue color. Turquoisey blues is what I call them. Then we have Swan Illusion. I actually think I like... I kind of like it better with this one, actually. So there's that, and then we have Wattle Yellow, which is very, very bright. Very, very bright. It's eye-searing, but not like in a neon way, and yeah, it's a very bright yellow. And then we have Ruby Slippers, which this is what I was talking about, how the shimmer on this is like really consistent. You can see the base color still, but it's also definitely just like a lot of shimmer. I don't know what they use for their shimmer, but I like it. At least for swatching. Again, I've not had it in a pen, so I don't know about clogging or anything like that, but here's our Tassie Salmon. Salmon treats like P-Squared love to eat. After that, we did Elizabeth's Violet Eyes, and I can tell you, when I show you this Tomoe River paper, I love how it looks on the Tomoe River paper. But here's that pretty purple. This is like my perfect shade of purple. After that we had the Huon Pine Green, which also looks richer and a lot better on the Tomoe River paper, I think. I think it looks flat here, but again, in my experience, sometimes they look flat on the cards but look great in a pen, and that's what I'm hoping happens here. Then I have that Scribo Rosso Melograno. I didn't look that up while I was away because I did work stuff. Kind of a Christmassy color sort of scheme right here. Not intentional, but this is Colorverse Black Hole. It's black, but it's also kind of like purple. It's really dark. I kind of want to see what this looks like next to a couple of those Sailor inks, the Sailor Ink Studios. And then it kind of reminds me a little bit of Ink of Witch. I don't think I have samples in here though. Oh, I might. Here, let's see. Bungabox. Not Sailor Ink of the Witch. Did I say Sailor Ink of the Witch? I meant Bungabox Ink of the Witch. Okay. Okay, so for my own curiosity's sake, I'm going to compare Bungabox Ink of Witch and Colorverse Black Hole. There is some purple undertones to this one. The sheen is different. And this one's actually supposed to be purple. I think this one isn't, but there is purple undertones there. So not really. Oh, definitely not anything like Sailor 123. And 752 is another, is the one that I consider closest to Ink of Witch. When I bought 723, it was sold that it's supposed to be closest to Ink of Witch, but I think 752 is actually closer. So anyway, Ink of Witch you can still get some places, but it's really, really expensive. Like, too expensive even for my, like, impulsive purchases. Like, it's too much. I found it, like, it was a reasonable price, but then shipping was outrageous. Anyway. And last but most certainly not least is Van Dieman's Midnight Howl at the Moon. It is a silver shimmer, so that is confirmed now. That is an interesting set of colors. So here's what it looks like on our Tomoe River paper. It's these bottom sections here. That's Deciduous Beech, Wineglass Bay. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Freycinet, Aquamarine, Montblanc Swan Illusion, Golden Wattle, or Wattle Yellow. I actually like that on the Tomoe River paper. I like it better on the Tomoe River paper than I do on the card. Yeah. And then Ruby Slippers, and the Tassie Salmon. I don't know why I keep saying the L, but whatever. Elizabeth Violet Eyes, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is like the barest hint of like that sort of like blackish sheen. Like, it's really pretty. And then Huon Pine, and then Melograno. I like it better on the card than I do on the Tomoe River paper. And then here's what we have: Colorverse Black Hole, and then Howl at the Moon. And then I don't know if I can kind of, let's see if I can like sandwich these together a little bit so we can see sort of. This is Colorverse Black Hole, and I believe this is Colorverse Sunspot. I can't remember if this is Sunspot or Van Dieman's Devil's Kitchen. This might be Sunspot. I don't remember which is which, but yeah. So this is a fun sheet of ink, I have to say. I kind of like doing this, and this is the bleed through. I never actually looked at this on any of the other ones. Definitely some ghosting, definitely some bleed through, but I wasn't delicate about what I put on here because I pretty much dipped the brush again and gave it a fresh fill. And a couple that I hadn't done that on, I dipped, like I did a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's not enough, and then dipped it again and did more. So yeah, so these are the fun inks that we've swatched the last, it'll be a few days for you. It's been a few weeks for me, so yeah, that's awesome. Well, not even a few weeks. When did I do Ink Flight? Like last week sometime? So I guess it's been a few days for me as well. It seems like forever. I've had them forever. And also I did the paper towel. I think this is the first row and this is the second row. I love what this purple did. And I love what this is what Black Hole did. So it does have purple in it. And then you can see the shimmer on that one. So that's fun. That's fun. That's super fun. So yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed another swatchy video. I know these are long ones. This is, again, like I said, this is it for swatching videos for the foreseeable future. I have some things coming, but I don't know when they'll get here. Hopefully they get here next week or in the next couple weeks. Otherwise, you know, whatever. Don't let me let them pile up like this though, because I would much prefer to swatch them as they come in instead of having to stockpile them, because now I can put everything away. And yeah, I really like this one. I think of all of these, like obviously I love the purple, and I really love these two reds, and I like that green, and I like that. I like all of them, but I'm really surprised by how much I enjoy this, at least in the swatch. I'll see what it looks like in a pen someday, but yeah. And this Colorverse black hole is going to be kind of interesting, I think. And these ruby slippers. This ink is so pretty. I wonder what pen I should put this in. Anyway, yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Love you. Bye.